Okay, so it seems like there's been a little bit of another update to the Jelly Hoshiumi situation over at Faze Connect. Now, if you don't know, Faze Connect have been involved in a lot of pretty, I don't know, like a lot of drama, right? Let's just be honest. There's been a lot of drama and a lot of kind of controversy floating around, whether it's to do with Jelly or whether to do with Clara as well, another talent who announced that they would be graduating at the end of the month. And obviously, there's been a lot of things that have been going on with both of them, with obviously Jelly Hoshiumi making some comments on a civil rights Minecraft DLC, which was pretty interesting to see. And of course, you know, a lot of people were pointing out that it was like a optional DLC and whatever, but essentially it featured a lot of like civil rights kind of activists and things for it, like who was in there, like Nelson Mandela, people like that, were involved in it. And she was essentially saying that she didn't want politics to be involved in her Minecraft game, which, to be honest, I think that is fair enough, right? I think that is understandable, and a lot of people have been kind of getting behind her on that one. And I think this has essentially caused a lot of drama of people trying to claim that she's some kind of like racist or something like that over this, which I think is completely, you know, stupid. I think that anybody that wants something to be less political, you know, at the moment, tends to be attacked. We've seen that quite a lot with a lot of the current situations that have been going on at the moment. But yeah, and we also had this stuff with Clara as well, her graduating. She's been getting a lot of backlash over some comments that she made about Charlie Kirk during the whole thing that happened, you know, whenever it happened on another account. So again, a lot of people have been pretty mad at her, and it seems like, yeah, she has been you know, brought up again with this Jelly situation, and people have been commenting about it because Faze Connect ended up making a statement, and people were like, why didn't you make a statement about Clara as well? Because of course she's also done some stuff, but then they just announced that she'd be graduating. So yeah, obviously people are speculating whether it's to do that or not. I don't think it is. I think it just sped it up a little bit maybe, and that's about it. But we have an update in terms of Jelly and you know, her kind of responses to this, because of course you know, she's just been posting random stuff and just kind of been posting like normal essentially, but Rima actually came out with this post talking about it as well, saying Jelly has scheduled a stream for the February 12th 2026 titled New Game After a Very Short Statement. Even though it is still 2 days away, the waiting room has already 119 people lined up to support her on her first stream back. Naturally, people are speculating about what the statement will be. Some are worried it could be a graduation, but the choice of statement instead of the word announcement makes it seem like it will not be. Wishing her a smooth return stream and a warm welcome back. Which, yeah, of course, that is the case. People are worried at the moment that it could be some kind of graduation. I just don't think it is the case, right? And as you can see, you know, she says, new game after a very short statement. I feel like this wouldn't be the case of a graduation, of course, because, you know, she's going to be playing a game afterwards. I feel like she wouldn't just like announce that she's graduating and then play a game afterwards. That just feels a bit weird. But of course, maybe, but I think the most likely kind of thing is just her essentially making some, you know, kind of PR statement that Faze Connect have kind of made her, you know, put out there, right? I feel like that is probably the most likely of things that we're going to see from this statement, which will be on the 13th for me, at least, at 2 o'clock in the morning. But obviously it'll be on the 12th for a lot of other people. But again, a lot of people have been waiting already. 99 people waiting, and yeah, again, it's in like 2 days time. So yeah, people are very much so anticipating you know, what exactly is going to happen. And again, I do think a lot of the kind of calls saying that she's going to be graduating, I just don't think that's the case. I can't see that happening. And again, if they did it, they probably would have done it a little bit earlier. But again, I just don't think it's the case. I couldn't see why they would do it, because of course they removed the post, right? And I don't think she's done anything else to kind of warrant it. But maybe they've been discussing things in the background. Maybe it could be, but obviously a lot of people have been kind of just speculating over what it could be, right? And you know, you got people, you know, putting Jelly gifts, people saying Faze better not be making her issue some sort of apology. Now, of course, this could be a very bad thing for Faze Connect if this does turn out to be some kind of like you know, PR apology thing that Faze Connect have essentially told her to go out and make, which again could be the case. I'm not sure, but you know, we're gonna have to see, right? We're gonna have to see what happens, and I think it will cause a lot of backlash though if that is the case, and if Faze Connect do that. And yeah, people saying if it's not exactly what people want her to say, they'll say that she was forced. I said, honestly, I'm amazed at how incredibly talented they've been at passively criticizing the company. Dizzy with Faze weekly statements and clips. Irie with the thumbnail roasting the fish. And NASA drawing Sakana and then revealing it was a death note, my favorite one. Yeah, they say it's definitely not a graduation because the Wish Girls are ride or die for each other. Their own words, which again, of course, you know, if one graduates, then the rest of them graduate, which, yeah, obviously, that is a good point that they bring up there. And obviously, as well, people said, I hope it's not Joel switching one Gorillion sales. They say, well, considering she's already used the I'm just stupid card, it'll probably just be her mentioning that she'll be more cautious about her words. Which again, I feel like that is most likely to be the case. I think if we were to go at the most likely, not the most liked, by the way, obviously, you know, a lot of people will dislike this one, but I feel like she would just kind of make an apology and just kind of say, oh, I'll try to watch what I say in the future, things like that. I feel like that is the most likely. Will it be the most popular statement? No, of course not. People will be mad at Faze Connect and people will be mad. Yeah, literally just at Faze Connect. They probably won't even be mad at Jelly because, of course, they feel like, you know, she was like forced to do it or something. Which again, I don't know if that's the case or whatever. But I feel like, you know, obviously there will be some kind of statement like that. I think that is the most likely output. But again, it is all over this one post of her essentially saying that she didn't want a game to be political, which I think is pretty crazy, right? I think it has gone a little bit too far with the people harassing her and forcing her to unfollow certain people. For example, we talked about Asmongold and the fact that, you know, she was forced to unfollow them, as well as a lot of the Faze Connect members were forced to unfollow them as well over this, which again, obviously is pretty crazy. And again, a lot of people have been discussing that too. And I think, yeah, all over not wanting to be political, which is a big topic that's been kind of talked about recently, especially with all of the Emeru stuff. If you guys have seen that, you know, people asking her questions about ice and things, and she said that she just didn't really want to answer it and didn't really want to, you know, talk about it. Well, obviously she said she didn't know much and that she didn't want to be, that essentially she's a streamer and you shouldn't be getting your political opinions from her because she's just a streamer, right? And I think that is fair enough, right? I think that's a fair enough response because, of course, we all know how stupid streamers are. Why are we trying to get our political opinions from them? I think it is crazy that some people try to get their political opinions from them. And of course, you know, she doesn't feel comfortable sharing that on stream. But of course, still, she managed to get attacked by so many people over trying to just be kind of passive about it and just try to kind of, you know, ignore it. But again, it is crazy how far these people will go over statements of you wanting to essentially want things not to be political, because believe it or not, you know, some people out there don't revolve their whole lives around politics because they do not care. They just want to play a funny game, or they just want to do, you know, this and that. And of course, I think those are two pretty big similarities between the Jelly situation and the whole Emeru situation of her being attacked in similar ways for not wanting you know, to talk about politics, right? And wanting to, well, I say not wanting to talk about politics. Obviously, Jelly brings up the fact that she doesn't like it being political, which kind of is talking about politics. But of course, you know, they've both been attacked for wanting things to be apolitical or wanting, you know, their streams or their kind of the content they consume to be more apolitical, which I think is, you know, fair enough, right? I think a lot of people can agree with that. And I don't know why so many people got so angry in the first place. Because of course it is just a stupid thing at the end of the day. It's Minecraft, let's be real. Like it doesn't need to be this kind of political. But again, of course, I think you know, this is one of these situations that have been very controversial over the past couple of weeks, and hopefully this statement does kind of bring an end to it, because of course a lot of people have been trying to drag it, especially with the kind of people going after following lists. As I said earlier, we've covered a lot of this in videos with essentially people going through Jelly and other Faze Connect members following lists and pointing out, oh, but you follow this person, so why haven't you unfollowed them or whatever? Obviously being like Asmongold, and then they push further and further and further, and nothing ever becomes good for these people, right? Nothing ever is kind of satisfactory for these people, because you know, they just want to continue pushing people like Jelly and other VTubers and other creators that kind of just want to, you know, I guess appease everybody, right? But you know, it is just one of these things where, yeah, they're just going to continue to do it. They're just going to continue to try and, you know, kind of I guess push them. And of course, in the case of Jelly, you know, Faze Connect have been very, very easy to push by these people, so they feel like they can, you know, push even further, which does suck. And it has caused a lot of different things, including them unfollowing certain people because of this, which I think is absolutely crazy, right? But I mean, yeah, that is essentially all there is with an update on the situation. Of course, in 2 days' time, we will be covering exactly what is said in the statement, and you know, whether this is just some kind of apology, or hey, you never know, there could be a graduation, but I highly doubt it. I feel like that is a very, very small possibility, because of course she doesn't have the classic sad kind of graduation you know, thumbnail or anything like that either, which usually comes with it, which I just don't think will be the case, right? But yeah, I mean, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.